good, y'all?
Is this on?
All right, cool. What's up, bro? I don't know if y'all can see me or not. My apologies. It is late and I'm driving. But yeah, man, this is honestly just a vent session. So, I'm thinking out loud. Feel free to listen. If you don't, I understand, you know what I'm saying? But most importantly, I'm almost 30, man. My birthday is in about 3 hours if you go by the midnight terms. I'm doing a lot of reflecting and I'm doing a lot of thinking, man. And just doing a lot of processing, A lot of people have this idea that like when you're 30, 31, 32, you're supposed to hit a certain milestone. And you're supposed to, have certain things aligned, i.e. we'll say a degree, a house, family, kids. I'm from Newport News, Virginia, small city on the East Coast, naval city town. Everybody that I know, like who's still there in that city, most people have families and they've started probably, I'm guessing maybe 24, 25, 26, 27 range. And, they got married and it's kind of like weird to kind of like be living like on the outs kind of. It's like almost imagine like a big ass bubble around the world and it's like you're just like a person from the outside like looking like with your hands cupped around the glass. I'm kind of like, looking at other people's life from a distance, kind of like I guess judging because we all judge, but like not necessarily in a bad way, but also just more so like evaluating and kind of comparing. And the thing is, I always want to tell myself not to compare my life to anybody's life because, everybody's on a different path. But I can't help but, at times feel like behind or feel like delayed in just everything I'm doing. Like, October 2nd is my birthday, so it's 9, so at midnight technically I'll be 30. But I have a liberal arts degree, which is, an associate's degree, 2 years. The thing is though, man, liberal arts, honestly, man, and I hate to talk down on it, but it's not going to get you shit. My liberal arts degree is cool. I got like lingual skills and I can read and write, and I definitely learned a lot of writing, a lot of technical formats. But for the most part, there's no real skill in it, man, like to really get you some money unless you're trying to become like a psychologist, a doctor in sociology, something like that, which takes 7 to 8 years of schooling, man. So when I first started out, my choice of major was psychology. And then you quickly realize how complicated that one gets. And then you realize, like, no shade, but it's kind of like a feminine profession. More so is like, writing and like less logical, more of like feeling, at the same time. And I thought that's what I was good at, and I still am. But so that was that. I ended up doing that as my degree. I graduated, but obviously it's supposed to be a 2-year program where, you're supposed to get out of high school immediately. Most people do, when you're 18, 19, 20, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then you're in that 2 to 3 year phase when you're taking heavy courses for your first 2 years. It's a 2-year program broken up into like 4 quarters pretty much, and sometimes it got intense with the schooling. Sometimes, there was a lot of tests, a lot of exams, like, and because it was community college, like obviously people have their stigmas about community college. At the same time, they give like a professional degree, bro. And then like, it's like actually the school that I was at is called NVCC, Northern Virginia Community College. They are like, was rated like the #1 community college in the country. So, it's damn near the same as getting an education from bachelor's, like without a specialization. Now, to say one positive thing about my degree, I do know how to speak fluent Spanish, man. That is something that I've been learning since I was like 9 years old, literally. Like I said, I'm about to be 30 in a few hours. So from like ages like 9 to like, man, like had to be like, 22, 23, man. I was like in Spanish, like from middle school to high school, and then even to my college years in community college, man. Took heavy courses and I got certified, pretty much stating that I'm fluent in Spanish and I know how to speak Spanish. I've taken the test. I'm proficient in everything, man. So yeah, man, making sure my phone don't lock up on me. Yeah, man, so learning how to know Spanish, that is a key tool, because I've always loved Spanish culture, Latin culture, Latino culture, Latino everything, man. And I feel like that's a trait that most people don't have, and like that's a knowledge that most people don't have. So when you are a black man, I'm black, as you guys can see, I'm full nigga, and you can speak Spanish, oh man, that's a trophy. Or even any other language for that matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you black and you speak more than one language, that's golden, bro. Not to say that black people don't know more languages, you know what I'm saying? But, by a percentage, I'm pretty sure that, like, most other races are bilingual. Like, most black people probably aren't. There's a small percentage that are, but most aren't, which is fine. Hopefully that changes. Oh, man. Let me finish what I was saying about my degree. So I get my degree. Takes about 7 years. Supposed to take a 2 year. Takes me about 7 years because I'm putting myself through it. That is fine. Of course, hundreds of dollars over time. No, thousands, I guess. Honestly, thousands. Yeah. 3, 4, 5 thousands. Thinking about how much money I spent, thinking about where I would be if I had that money, At the same time, though, it's like thousands of dollars, I guess, in exchange to learn for knowledge, to learn a new language. Oh, man, I guess that's priceless, To have knowledge that you will basically have for the rest of your life, as long as you don't, you consistently with using it. I would say that's a great trade-off, man. So, as much as I get down on myself about my degree and only doing, 2 years, quote-unquote, and not really getting my bachelor's, and I feel inadequate, Most of my people that I know, my homies or friends, they all doctors, or people that I was cool with, either musicians, doctors, they have degrees, and but truth be told, man, I feel like I was always a kid, I had work ethic, but at the same time, there was so many issues in my home, honestly, that I feel like it was preventing me from excelling, bro, because I didn't have a loving and supporting home-based system that majority of kids do. Most don't. I mean, I don't even know the percentages, but I'll say, some do, some don't. It was more of by fear. My dad's a very charismatic character, very funny dude, very loving guy. But at the same time, he was harsh as shit, bro, as far as when he was raising us, and I know some of y'all can relate as far as being beat, with a belt, old-fashioned shit. It sounds harsh, but it's bend over type shit, drop your pants. That's what my pops was on, bro. And it sounds low-key sick thinking about it now, but, obviously it's just a weird way of punishment. But, just getting beat with a belt, man, getting, choked, I was choked up a couple times, but just getting tussled up, man, that was part of my growing up, man. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all. And I know a lot of people can relate to that, And, that was just my pops, it was funny moments, but at the same time, it was a lot of confusion, man, a lot of chaos, man. To break it down, man, I was living with my mom until the age of 9 in the city of Hampton, Virginia. She died at 9, kidney failure to be exact. Also, she had sleep apnea. I had to move in with my dad, and then my dad was a fly-by-night dad at that time, man. He was popping in once or twice a week, pulling the oh, I'll be back, and that stereotypical black shit, that shit is honestly the truth, for real. That's what my dad was on, until he had to step up to the plate and take care of me, man. My mom passed away, so I was 9, so from 9 to 18, I got kicked out at 18. So from 9 to those 9 years, it was rough, man, because I also dealt with a stepmom who was treating me like the black sheep. Oh, get this part, she was white. So she was low-key, I ain't gonna say she was racist, but she was cultured in a certain way in a certain area. So a lot of things she didn't understand about me, or, my dad would try to explain, but then my dad wasn't there because he was fucking off with other women or just doing bullshit, bro, swear to God. So, yeah, man. Anyways, man, that shaped me to who I am. So like I don't regret it, and I don't want to change it, because like I feel like without that shit, man, like I wouldn't be as tough, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be able to handle certain shit like I do now, bro. Like, and I know some people can relate, bro. Like, you would rather not have went through that bullshit, but at the same time, like, you low-key like, all right, bet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say I'm glad that I did, but it's like, since I did, I'm looking at the positive side of it, and I'm like, well, yeah, like, I actually, like, I feel like I'm more equipped to deal with, like, stress and, like, bullshit, like, than any other person, you know what I'm saying? And, like, man, if you got, like, a high stress tolerance and you know how to, like, maintain that shit and keep calm, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's honestly key in any kind of environment, man, especially today, man. So yeah, man, I said that to say I am on the drive down to Florida right now, man. I'm living in Georgia, but I'm driving down to Florida, man. Pensacola. I'm trying to get on some beach vibes, man. I love the beach. I'm a beach boy. I grew up in Newport News, which is on the coast, if y'all don't know, man. Bought some water. But honestly, it's shitty green water. Nah, I love the coast, bro. You know, East Coast, though. East Coast is the Atlantic Ocean, bro. East Coast, Atlantic Ocean, dirty, bro. And that's like no shade, but that's just honestly the truth. That shit dirty as fuck. So it's like, unless we come up with a way to start cleaning that, which will never happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you gotta recognize what it is. But Pensacola, man, Florida Keys, or, you know what I'm saying, like, Dayton, or any other places down here, man, like, you know what I'm saying, like Vero, Florida, like, man, the water's clear, bro. The water's blue, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the water good, bro. Like, and I feel like, man, I've dedicated so much time and energy to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, from bad relationships, or just, like, you know what I'm saying, from, like, complicated friendships, you know what I'm saying, or from, like, work issues, and, like, man, like, you know what I'm saying, it really drains you, bro. Like, when you're a person who has a heart and you get your emotions invested in a certain people and things, man. Especially when you got like years into it, you know what I'm saying? Even 1 year, you know what I'm saying? Even 1 year or over a year is enough time to, like, man, like, even with females or anything, like, so, man, I gotta put more energy into myself, man. And there's nothing wrong with helping other people, but it's like, how I'm gonna help anybody else if I don't help myself, man? And I'm realizing it's like, you can't pour from an empty cup, man. You got to make sure you're straight, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm number one, bro. So it's like, I hope everybody realize that shit, bro. Like, focus on you, nigga. Focus on you, sister. Whoever end up seeing this video, man. Like, this is like August. No, I'm high. So this is October 1st, 9/28, bro. Like, right now, nobody's watching this shit, bro. Eventually, people will see this video, man. Whether it's like 10, 5, 20, 30, 40 people, man. Like, I need everybody to know, bro, like, focus on you before you focus on anyone else, bro. If they try to tell you, like, oh, you're supposed to do this together, you're supposed to put me first, don't get tricked, man. Don't get tricked, man. Focus on you. And love y'all. Give y'all an update, man. Bye.